Spring championship season is upon us, and it will kick off this weekend with the women's tennis and women's golf tournaments. The Lehigh Mountain Hawks will look to defend their title when they host the Patriot League Women's Golf Championship at Saucon Valley Country Club in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. At Bucknell this weekend, Army will vie for its 10th straight women's tennis championship after defeating Navy 4-1 last year. Hey everyone, I'm Melanie Pulowski and welcome to Patriot League Roundup. Highlights and interviews from this weekend's championships will be available on the Patriot League Network. We will also have the start of the men's and women's lacrosse tournaments streaming live on the network next week. And the full field on the men's side was locked up this weekend. Here are the highlights. Loyola jumped out to an 8-2 lead midway through the third quarter on Brian Schultz's first of 2 goals. And after Boston U used a 4-2 run to cut it to 10-6 with 7:12 left, Loyola countered with 5 straight goals, including 3 from Nico Pontrello to close out the 15-6 win. The Greyhounds clinched the #1 seed and will host the Patriot League Tournament semifinals and championship game.
Some of our goals this year as a program, and certainly having the Patriot League Tournament come through Ridley was one of them, and that's what our young men accomplished today. Playing at home, I think our guys come out of the locker room with a lot of energy. They enjoy playing in front of their fans. So in the first year in the conference, to be able to have an AQ tied with being at home, I think that's really important, and our guys, they did what they needed to do there.
In the annual Star Game on Saturday, Army took charge in the first half, marching out to a 7-2 lead late in the second quarter. Navy's Gabe Vumard scored his first of 2 goals to cut it to 8-5 early in the third, but Army took over from there as Connor Cook and John Glessner each scored a pair of goals during a 6-2 run to secure the 14-7 win. Both Cook and Glessner finished with hat tricks. Colgate went to the locker room at half with an 8-3 lead over Holy Cross after Justin Kirshner's tally, but the Crusaders rallied to cut it to 10-9 with Clay Harmon's goal late in the fourth quarter. Brendan McCann scored with 34 seconds left to end the run and seal the 11-9 win for Colgate. David Dixon scored 3 goals and had 6 assists for Bucknell as the Bison took care of Lafayette 13-1 on Friday. Both the top seed and the final playoff spot are still up for grabs as we head into the final weekend of women's lacrosse. Loyola and Navy will meet on Saturday to determine the regular season champion, while Holy Cross looks to lock up the 6th bid to the tournament. Here are the highlights from Saturday. Marley Payton led Loyola out to an 11-5 lead early in the second half, but a quick 3-1 Boston U run, capped by Jill Horka's goal, cut it to 12-8. Payton recorded her 39th goal of the season and sparked a 7-0 run to close out the 19-8 win. Lauren Gennari scored back-to-back goals to give Navy a 5-3 lead over Holy Cross early in the first half. After a 3-1 run by Holy Cross tied the game at 6 with 21:18 left, Navy's Amy Gennaro scored less than 2 minutes later, and Caitlin Moynihan posted an insurance tally to seal the 8-6 win. Colgate led 10-6 at halftime behind 5 Megan Ark goals in the first half, but Lafayette went on a furious run and took a 16-15 lead with 36 seconds left. Ark didn't take long to respond, potting her 8th goal of the game with just 21 seconds left to force overtime. Both teams exchanged goals in the first session, and in sudden death double overtime, Sarah Bowles gave Colgate the 18-17 win. Americans' Emily Mayer capped a 5-1 run to give the Eagles a 5-3 lead over Lehigh heading into the break. But Krista Dampman took over in the second half for Lehigh, scoring 4 of her 5 goals during a 7-0 run to fuel the 10-6 win. In baseball, Bucknell leads the way at 9-3, while both Army and Lehigh are in second at 7-4. Lehigh and Bucknell are also at the top of the softball standings as the Mountain Hawks improve to 9-3 and the Bison sit 2 games back at 7-5. 15 events are on the Patriot League Network this weekend, and you can watch them all for free by logging on to patriotleague.tv. There you will find full championship features from golf and tennis early next week. For the Patriot League Network, I'm Melanie Pulowski.